Is Graham Potter being protected by the British media?
Yes.
Yes.
Why? Why and how?
I'll let Jay go, then I'll go.
Let's be 110% honest and transparent here. This was a foreign manager. Chelsea Football Club were in 10th, playing the football you're playing, losing to Southampton at home, getting clotted up by a mediocre Tottenham team. There is no way they wouldn't be calling for his head. There is no way. Because there's a shortage of English managers. Every English manager who does come out of the woodwork suddenly becomes England potential. Eddie Howe's been spoken about England before. Mm-hmm. You've had Lampard, Gerrard. Mm-hmm. None of them have done anything.
Harry Redknapp at the time, Sam Allardyce.
None of them in football have done anything to warrant even being spoken about in that esteem. And that's why, because he's Graham Potter and he's English and they want him to do well, his name is not getting run through the middle. You know what? Ten Hag gets more stick than he does.
Arteta gets more stick than he does. And my man's top of the league, bro.
Yeah.
What have you got to do? What you got to do? So, yeah, 110%.
He's protection's not even a word, but it's like they got an injunction out on it. Like, you can't say
it's a PR campaign, man.
It's correct. It's absolute. And the thing is, what gets me mad is that Gary Neville is very, very shrewd in how he speaks about managers because he was one before. So he doesn't directly say that the manager needs to go. He indirectly says that the manager needs to go. Like even the times when Arteta, even this season, that when we went on a run, we are on a run, and it's like, it's glory days of the Emirates so far. At the beginning of the season, the jury was out on him, and he always used the fans. He's like, the fans, the fans weren't too sure if he was gonna last, and blah blah blah. So that's fine. So with Graham Potter now, I think the reason why, because I remember on Sunday, I think it was Alan Smith and some next guy, whatever his name was doing the Chelsea.
Hasselbank. Was Hasselbank and Smith?
Yeah,
Dawson.
Hasselbank was on the
in the studio.
It was in the studio. Smith was on a pundit.
Oh yeah.
So then I think he was like, you can see that he was more or less saying that the heat is turning up on him, but he wasn't literally directly saying it. So then I thought, one thing I sympathize with him is that he's come in, whether or not he hasn't adapted his philosophy or his playing style, but just his training sessions alone, when you've got like 30 man in a training session, it's very hard to try and implement what you need to do, especially when it's fringe players you don't want, players who just come in, players who don't speak English. And I'm not saying this is an excuse, by the way, but I'm just saying in general, because I remember when, what's it called? The Arsenal documentary, and the way Arteta was saying that he needs to trim the squad because it's very hard to put on a training session with like when you got to do positional play for like the game coming up on the weekend. Yeah. So you got your starting 11, and then you might have an opposing 11, but you still got like another 8-9 man on the side still standing there that you got to bring in. What are they got to do? Like jump hurdles or run cones and stuff like that.